Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It has definitely been a hot minute since I've been on here. I think the last time I uploaded a video was maybe a month ago. So basically, some things have happened, some good things. I graduated college, so that is really the main reason why I haven't had time to film. I've just been so crazy. Like, if you've graduated college or high school or whatever, you'll know, like, just in the last month and a half, everything just kind of comes crashing down, and it's like, okay, I've got this and this and this and this to do, I've got these graduation invites to send out, I've got all these different things that I'm having to try to coordinate, and getting family in town and trying to figure all that out. And then on top of that, especially with college, like, you're still doing exams up until, like, or I had an exam 3 days before I actually graduated, so just trying to deal with all of that. I really did not have time to film anything at all. So yeah, that is why I was absent for such a long time, but hopefully now that I am trying to get back in the swing of things, that I will actually be able to film and put up more videos than I even was able to do before. That is why my background also looks different. I am back in Charleston. I left Raleigh and I'm back in Charleston. Coda is still here in full form, so all that noise that you hear in the back is my dog going crazy over a bone. But the other thing that I'm super excited about is that I actually got a brand new camera for graduation. So hopefully the quality will also be better. Yeah, we'll see how this works. I'm really excited. This is my first video. Also, now that I'm back in Charleston, my nephew lives in this house. He is 2, so if you hear screaming or anything like that, or if he just randomly walks in, so be it. He runs the house, so do the dogs. So, but enough shop talk. Today's video is going to be a demo review of an 18-piece brush set from Morphe, and I'm super excited to do this because this is my first, like, real set of nice brushes. So I've really enjoyed them for the past month, and so I'm hoping that maybe this will help you guys out if you're getting one similar, or you've got brushes that look similar to this and you don't really know what to use them for or anything like that. So hopefully this will help you out. And I guess we should do introductions. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Jade and welcome. Basically, I use this channel just as an excuse to be able to put makeup on every day and also record it at the same time. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for being here. As always, I'm just super excited that you guys take your time out of your day to come and watch my videos. So, without further ado, let's get the intro rolling and we'll get started on today's video. Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to be using as many of these brushes as I possibly can. I'm looking at it, and I think there are like 4 brushes out of the 18 that I have not used. So, but I'm going to try to use as many of them as possible today. I would not normally use this many brushes in an everyday makeup routine, but I'm hoping that maybe this review will show you the uses for each one so that you can incorporate them into your day-to-day makeup routine. As you guys know, I always use a beauty blender, always for my concealer and for all of my cream products, but for today I'm going to set that aside so that I can try to use all of these brushes and show you what they can be used for. Not saying you have to use all of them, but okay, let's get started. Okay, to kick off the video today, I went ahead and I primed my face, but I used the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer like I always do. I didn't use a brush for that, I just put it on with my hands because I didn't really see a brush that I think would do well with putting on primer. So we'll see. Going in for foundation with True Match Lumi by L'Oreal. I'm in between colors right now, so I'm currently using C3 and W3 because I got a tan for graduation and I have definitely lost it now. Okay, so anyways, I'm just going to mix these two on the back of my hand and just dot this around my face with my finger. Okay, so I'm using the brush that is 4th from the right, and on Morphe's website, they've got it labeled as the bronzer brush. It looks like this, so I'm going to go in with that and work my foundation into my face. That I've noticed about this brush set is that it does seem to be more geared towards powder products and less towards cream products. The brushes aren't dense enough, I don't think, and so like the product is getting lost in these bristles, and there really isn't a brush on here that seems to be like for foundation. So my foundation seems to be pretty cakey on my face. I definitely prefer using, I hope you can't hear that squeaking. I definitely prefer using a beauty sponge or beauty blender to do this, or even just my hands. I prefer to do more than a brush, in just my opinion. Okay, so next we're going to be going in with the 7th brush from the right, and this is actually called the Deluxe Shadow Brush. It looks very similar to a concealer brush to me, and it's actually the bigger one of all these flat brushes. There are a ton of brushes that look very similar in this brush set, and this is the biggest one of them that I could find, so I'm going to actually use this for concealer. So I'm just going to take my Tarte Shape Tape that I have, and this color is in light neutral, and I'm just going to take the doe foot applicator to put this on, but then I'll go in with the brush to blend this out. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this brush and we're just going to start blending this concealer out. Okay, so I just got done blending out my concealer with this brush, and it took me twice the amount of time that it takes with a beauty sponge, so I'm not a huge fan of blending out my concealer with a brush, because that just took me forever to blend that Tarte Shape Tape out. I've got two favorite brushes in this set, and this is probably number 2, but it is amazing and I love it. This is the 6th one from the right, and they call it the Pointed Foundation Brush. It looks like this. The hairs are in like a dome shape. I absolutely love this brush. Would not use this for foundation though. I love it for this purpose and this purpose only, and it is amazing. I'm going in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to take the second color up here, this banana shade that they have in the middle. I'm going to take that and get it on both sides of my brush and then tap off the excess, and then I just go in and I set my concealer with this color. So I'm just going to go in directly below the eyes and just start spreading that powder out to set that concealer and keep it from creasing. On like every speed up break that we have in this video, I'm listening to Post Malone's new album because I'm absolutely obsessed. And I was actually supposed to go to his concert tonight in Raleigh, and then my friend that was going to go with me kind of bailed on me, and I was like, I don't want to go by myself, but I absolutely love him. So I'm really sad that I'm not going to see Post Malone, but at least I get to listen to his new album whenever I want to, so that's pretty cool. So now that we've gone in and we've set that under eye and we're going to keep it from creasing, I'm going to go in with the powder brush, which is the 2nd brush from the right, and I'm going to take one of my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder, and this is in the color N3. And I'm also going to take a slight amount of this NYX HD Studio Finishing Powder, loose powder, and I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal powder first on this powder brush. And we're just going to set that foundation. This foundation obviously, or this powder obviously has color to it, so I'm going in with a very light hand first to set it. And then on the places that I really seem to have oily breakthrough, I'm actually going to go in with the Studio Finish powder and dip my brush in there. then I'm going to go and set those spots with this powder. When you set with a loose powder like this, you just want to make sure that you blend it out really well, because if not, you're going to look really, really white and it will cause bad flashbacks. Okay, so now that we have our face set with powder, I'm going to go in with the contour brush, which is the 5th brush from the right, and I'm going to take my Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, and I'm going to start contouring / bronzing up my face. Okay, and now that we've bronzed, I'm going to use that same exact brush and I'm going to contour. So I'm going in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette again and dipping into this center contour shade. I'm getting enough of that on my brush. And then we're going to start going from the ear down to the side of the mouth. Once you get that laid down, you want to blend from in to out instead of out to in, because you want to smoke that out. Now I'm going to be going in with the angled blender brush, keeping with the contour theme here, and I'm just going to take this brush, the same color in the Shade and Light palette, and I'm just going to use this to do my nose contour. And then I'm going to go in with that powder brush that we used to put the loose powder and the L'Oreal powder on our face, and I'm just going to go in and just kind of blend this just to make sure that everything is seamless. And this, I have nothing on this brush, so. Now for blush, I'm going to be going in with the Angle Blush brush, and I'm going to use the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. So I'm going to hop off camera really quick and I'm going to do my brows because I don't have a dip brow, so I'm just going to use the normal Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I will not be using a brush for brows. So I'm going to hop off, do that really quick, and I'll be right back. Now we are done with brows and I'm going to get started on eyeshadow. Today I'm going to be using the Morphe 25B palette, and it looks like this. And I'm going to start off by going in with the Deluxe Blending Crease Brush. I told you there were two favorite brushes. One was the pointed foundation brush, but my #1 all-time favorite brush is right here. And it's because I'm crazy about eyeshadow. I love doing eyeshadow. And this is the absolute best blending brush I have used so far. So, absolutely love it. And I'm going to be going in with, none of these shades have names, and if they did, I have long since thrown away the clear piece that goes in there, but I don't think they do. So I'm just going to show you guys. I'm going to go in with this first shade right here in the palette. Just dipping my brush in there, and I'm just going to add that into the transition area. Let's see if I can zoom y'all in. Okay, so now that we are super close, just dipping into that first shade, and I'm just going to start adding that into the transition of my eye. Okay, so that shade seems to perfectly match my my skin color, so that is not really doing much. Okay, so change of plans. I'm going to go in with the shade directly next to it, which is a very like tan sand color. That one right there. It doesn't really show up how dark it is on camera, but it's a little bit darker than the one right next to it. And this brush is just a really good size for my shape eye, because I have really big eyes and really big eyelids. So this is just the perfect blending brush for me, and if I had like 15 of these, I would use it for every single color eyeshadow that I put on. Okay, so now I'm going to dip into this shade directly below that second color that I used. This is a very cool tone brown, and I'm using the same exact brush. We're going to try to stick in the crease more now, but still blending that shade out, because this is still, I would still consider this a transition shade. This is just going to help us get a little bit progressively darker. And now I'm going to set that brush off to the side, because later on I'm going to want to have, I don't want a whole bunch of dark colors on there, because I'm going to use it to smoke out any harsh lines that I have. So I'm going to set that off to the side, and I'm going to go in with that angled brush that we used to do my nose contour, and it's a little bit big, so I'm curious to see how this works, but I'm going to try it out. So I'm going to go in with, so I'm going to dip into these two shades right here at the very bottom. Ooh, okay. These two shades right here, this one and this one. So this brush is really good at using that sharp edge to get into the crease, but if you have small, I would even say like medium-sized eyelids, I would not recommend this, because it's just going to make any dark color that you put on there, it's just going to make it cover up your entire eye. I can live with losing a little bit of my eyelid to dark colors, because I tend to go up high with dark colors anyways, because I have such big eyes, but this is probably not the best idea if you have small eyelids. Okay, just to make sure that this is all smoked out, I'm going to go in with that crease brush again and dip into the second shade that I used at the very top, and I'm just going to blend, blend, blend. So now I'm going to pick up this shade right here, this like, I don't really know, it's not a maroon color, but it's definitely got browns in there, but they're a little bit redder. And I'm going in with that brush that I used to do transition with, just because I really do not like that, this brush to use on the eyelid. And here I'm just smoking this color slightly up now that I have barely any on my brush, just to give a really good smoked out effect, because we don't want any harsh lines, especially with dark colors. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the oval shadow brush, and it looks like this. There are a lot of brushes that look exactly the same, but like progressively get smaller, so I don't think it's possible for me to use every single one of them. I mean, I think a lot of them can be used for the exact same purpose as the other, so I'm just going to go in with this one, and I'm going to dip into this chrome color right here. And then of course spray it. And start on the center of the lid. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to go in with the smudger brush, and I'm going to take my Jaclyn Hill palette and grab the first color in the palette right here, which is in light. I'm going to grab some of that on this brush and pop that in the inner corner. And I will also use this shade just to get right there underneath the brow. Yeah, going in with the mini concealer brush, I'm going to dip into this shade right here. Take that directly underneath my eye. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to go in with the flat liner brush. Flat liner brush. And I'm going to dip into this black right here in the very bottom corner. Dip into that just a little bit. And just get as tight to the lash line as I can and just smudge some of that in. So because I'm not wearing any liquid liner, I won't be using the liner brush at the very end of the brush set. So that's one. And then for the lip brush, I only have liquid lipsticks, so I like to use the doe foot applicators better than a brush to use that. So you can, obviously that's what a lip brush is for, is to put lipstick on, and I would do that for like if I was doing somebody else's makeup and not my own. And then there are two other brushes that look exactly the same. And they look exactly the same as the brush that I used to put the brown underneath my eye, so I won't be using those two either. So I think that's a total of 5 brushes that I won't be using total out of 18. So I'm going to hop off, put some fake lashes on really quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and I put on some lashes. If you're curious, they are Kiss lashes in the style Flirty. And I also put on some nude liquid lipstick. This is happens to be Kat Von D. And so now for the very last thing that everybody loves to see, and like if you have this set of brushes, you know that this is basically the star of the show. This is the Deluxe Fan Brush, and so I'm going to use this brush, and it is huge. I'm going to use this brush for highlight. Okay guys, so this is the finished look that I've done using all of the Morphe brushes. First, I want to say sorry for the lighting changing. I definitely started when it was daylight outside, and my camera battery died a few times, so then I had to wait for that to charge and everything, so now it is dark outside, and you know that the lighting makes a huge difference. So I am still set up in front of the window, but I've just got my big ring light and the light from my mirror, and that's about it. So hopefully you are able to see what this looks like. I had a really good time filming this video. It challenged me, and it was something different because I definitely don't use brushes for everything in my makeup routine, but using these brushes for something different each time kind of helped me see, you know, like what you can use them for, what you shouldn't use them for, what I like to use them for, what I don't like to use them for. So hopefully this is just kind of giving you an idea of why I use these brushes, how I use these brushes, and if you get this set, I think it's a very, very good set. You know, especially like for beginners, because it's got them all laid out, and you can do a full face of makeup using just these brushes, and I think that's a huge thing. So as always guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned something, if not anything else, but how to use certain brushes that maybe the set that you have, or maybe just like if you have a brush that looks similar, like you've learned, you know, how you can use it, when you can use it, everything. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below on videos that you want to see after this one. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave me everything down below and I will check it out. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel. I promise I will be getting more videos out to you guys more often than I have before, just because I definitely have more time to do it now. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye guys. $18-piece brush set, 18-piece brush set below, so that you can go and grab your brush set. So that you can go and grab your brush set. I can't cannot say that word. Shh. It's probably not a good idea. I didn't even think about it.